In this section, we're going to be covering the contour tool. The shortcut for that is O on the keyboard, and this is what the icon looks like, and it's over on the left-hand side in your tools panel. So if you click on that, we can get started. So the contour tool is basically going to allow us to offset our path. So if we click on this shape here, this gray square, our path is basically this square shape here. So if I go ahead and click and drag it in, we've offset the path. So the original shape there is shown by the blue outline, and obviously the new one where we're dragging it is our new location for this path. And we can drag it out as well, and you can see it goes beyond those boundaries. So I'm going to let go now. So why has it given us a rounded edge there? Why didn't it stay nice and pointy? Well, let's go up to the context toolbar and have a look at the options. So we have radius, where we can drag it in and out. And also we have contour type, and this might seem familiar from the corner tool. So we have round joins, that's what it's on right now. That's why it's rounded corners. And then we have miter joins, basically sharp corners. And then we have bevel joins, and you can see what that has done. But let's keep it on the round joins for now. And then you've got miter, and that will help you with your miter joins. And then we've got cap, these options here. Better to use these on an open curve like the one down the bottom, this black line stroke basically. So let's go on to fill. Right now it's on auto closed, but if we click on the next one, which is force open, it basically punches a hole through that shape. So if I click and drag in and out, you can see what it does. It basically looks like an outline now, and you can play around with that as much as you want. And the last one is force closed, but I'll keep it on force open. And let's say I'm happy with it. I can press bake appearance, and now it's nodes that we can play around with and manipulate further. You can also use the contour tool on text, and this comes in really handy. So I'm going to go ahead and select the text here. It's still typable, by the way. So there we go. I'm going to go ahead and click on the contour tool again, and then I'm going to just drag it inwards like that, just to make it skinnier. So this works, doesn't it? But it's a little bit rounded in the corners there. So you just go up to contour type and select the one you want. So I'll just select miter join, and look, it's just a skinnier version of those letters. And you can drag it out as well, of course. So I'm going to press Command Z to go back because I want to show you a use case for it. And of course you could do this with the stroke panel, but this one is pretty handy. It's quite quick to do basically. So we have high. Let's say I wanted to create a sticker. I'm going to create an outline to it, maybe 2 outlines of different colors. So what we'll do is just duplicate it to begin with. So I'll press Command J. And you can see in the layers panel, we have 2 copies now. With the one underneath, I'm going to change the color to purple. And now I'm going to hit O on the keyboard for the contour tool, and I'm going to click and drag out. And you see if I drag it all the way out like this is why it could be handy for stickers, because all these letters are now joined up so they could be printed as one, or good for t-shirts as well. There's many use cases for this tool. So I've done one. Let's make another copy of this one. So I can press Command C, Command V this time. And let's change the color again. So I'll just choose this color, I guess. And we can click and drag down, and you can see what it does. Get creative with this one. Okay, moving on to the next example. We have a circle, and I've just used the Boolean operations to attach a triangle onto it basically. So it's a little bit more unique. And we have our trusty square in the background. Basically with this one, what my goal is to create an outline and then cut into this shape so there's a distance between them. So what I'm going to do, just like the text, I'm going to Command J, that's to duplicate it. I'm going to click on the bottom layer, and I'm going to change that color to, let's change it to white so it matches the background, because I want to create that distance. Now I'm going to click on O for the contour tool, and I'm going to click and drag outwards. So there it is. I'll just press on the move tool so you can see it is just a white layer version of it. And I'm going to press on the contour tool again so we can get those options up. You can see here it's rounded on this sharp corner. I could click on miter if I want, or the bevel as well. But I'll just keep it on round because I think that kind of looks cool. So I'm happy with the way it looks there. And now I want to cut into the blue shape behind. So I'll go up to bake appearance, and you can see it's just a curve now. And now I can select, whilst that's selected, by the way, I can hold Shift and click on the shape in the background, and then go up to Boolean operations and just click subtract. And you can see now there's a nice distance between them. and mission accomplished. Okay, let's look at the last option. And this is basically just one stroke. And I'll just go on the node tool to show you. It's just a stroke. There's no fill or anything like that. So with this one, I'm going to click on O for the contour tool again, and I will just click and drag to see what happens. And as you can see, if I go right, it goes bigger, left goes a bit skinnier. So basically, it looks like it's creating a box just from a line, which is cool. So this is where the cap comes in handy. So if you look up here at no cap, this is what it's on right now. If I go ahead and click on round cap, we get a kind of long pill-shaped object. So the contour tool is basically very, very handy. Let's move on.